TV. Let me read. Let me see what's here on my side. I got something I think you're going to be interested in.
Heartworm and flea medications delivered to your home, saving you time and money.
I do this sometimes in the middle of television.
Deliver savings and convenience on HeartGuard.
All right, here it is.
And all other pet medications.
For those of you who understand the truth, I'm going to read from Isaiah 13.
Thank you. Celebrate Dell's 20th anniversary.
And you're not going to believe what you're going to hear in Isaiah 13 compared to this delusional stuff created by madmen on drugs. You're not going to believe it, written thousands of years ago. And it's called The Burden of Babylon. Now, we're in Babylon. You know that, don't you? How many people know that Iraq is Babylon? Well, let's listen to what the prophets had to say about Iraq thousands of years ago. Tell me if you think this is correct. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see. Set ye up an ensign upon the high mountain, lift up the voice unto them. Wave the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have called my mighty ones for my anger, even my proudly exulting ones. A tumult in the mountains, like as of a great people. The uproar of the kingdoms of the nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts, the Lord and the host of the battle. Now listen to this, please. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole earth. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. As destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Therefore shall all hands be slack, and every heart of man shall melt. And they shall be affrighted, pangs and throes shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman in travail. They shall be in pain as a woman in travail. They shall look aghast at one another. Their faces shall be aflame. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel and full of wrath and fierce anger. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh. The question to my audience is, who is on the receiving side? Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel and full of wrath and fierce anger, to make the earth a desolation, and to destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth. That's a nuclear weapon. And the moon shall not cause her light to shine. That's a nuclear weapon. And I will visit upon the world their evil, and upon the wicked their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the tyrants. I will make man more rare than fine gold, even man, the pure gold of Ophir. Therefore will I make the heavens to tremble, the heavens to tremble, the heavens to tremble. And the earth shall be shaken out of her place, for the wrath of the Lord, and for the day of his fierce anger. And it shall come to pass that as the chaste gazelle, and as sheep that no man gathereth, they shall turn every man to his own people, and shall flee every man to his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is caught shall fall by the sword. Their babes also shall be dashed in pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. I want to pause here. I want to tell you something about God that I know. God is not a nice guy. God is not a peaceful man. God is not a peaceful being. God is not a politically correct being. God is a vengeful God. God is a vengeful God. And we have a choice in this country right now. The choice is, shall it be Allah, or shall it be the God of Jesus and of Abraham and Moses? Who is going to win this battle? What kind of religion teaches people to blow up other people's children? What kind of religion teaches people to cut the private parts off a woman so she shouldn't have pleasure? What kind of religion teaches people to cut the throat of a man as he screams for his life? Play it for them. Let them hear the sound. That's the news of the week. That's Mr. Berg. as his throat is being cut and his neck sawed off by the religion of peace. I'm so sick and tired of saying we understand it's a small group of people who have hijacked the great religion. What I'm asking for is the great number of people who have not been hijacked to stand up and tell us that those people have hijacked their religion. What I am waiting for is for the President of the United States to demand the leadership of that great religion to stand up and disavow that throat cutting, the killings, the bombings, the suicide bombings, and the hatred for Christianity and Jews. I am waiting for it, but I think I'm going to wait for it a long, long time because they want the votes. And let me tell you something, I don't need any votes because I'm not running for office. So I'm going to speak like an American. While we are sitting here like good Americans, we're not stupid. What made you come out on this night? What made you come here? Well, you heard Michael Savage Uncensored. He would say things that you think, right? Well, what is it that you think is going on in the world? Tell me what you think is going on in the world. You see the vultures circling this great nation, don't you? You see the graves of those who died for us being spit upon by those who want to do to us what was done to them. And let me tell you something. I read this the other night, and it was about the soldiers and the airmen and the naval men who were buried all across Germany, France, the Pacific, who died so I could be here tonight. And I feel strongly about it. I never met them, but I know that I owe my freedom of speech to them. As I know that we owe our safety tonight locally to the thin blue line. Let's hear it for the police in the Bay Area. We're going to have a moment of silence for Officer Isaac Espinoza, who was gunned down by a rat bastard with an AK-47, and the DA won't pursue the death penalty. Oh, boy. We're going to have a moment of silence for all the men and women who've died in Iraq right here tonight. You're going to pay worship and homage to those people because we're here because of them. But we feel the vultures flying over the Concord Pavilion tonight. We understand that we are vulnerable. We understand that the politicians, while wanting to live, don't understand that we do not have the protections that they do. We are scared. There's not a person in this audience who doesn't, in his heart of hearts, at some time during the day, understand how vulnerable we are because of one reason. And that reason is liberalism. I'm very serious. They are going to kill us. They're going to kill us with their stupidity. I have told you that I've studied the insect world. I am a biologist by training. Every animal, through millions of years of evolution, seeks the other animal's weakness. Guess what our weakness is? What's our soft underbelly? It's one word. Liberalism! And I'm telling you that unless we turn the tide, we're going to die. There are very small numbers of them floating around us, but they know how to strike us. And every time we see the truth, they scream racism. They scream racism over and over again. Now, in San Francisco, Officer Espinoza, you know the case? Yell out if you do. All right, how many members of this